everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I'm here with card number 3 from our Sweet Songbird online class. This is the bundle that we had to buy, and I send you all the supplies for free for the cards that we are making. Just as a reminder, I can send you die, or I can send punches or die cuts, but I can never send any stamped images. So let's get started. I'm going to just set this off to the side. This is a birdhouse card. I've been making the birdhouse cards for years. This is one I did years ago. It's been getting rough. I did this one years ago, and I've got a couple others that I've sent out. So I just recreated it and did it like this. Isn't this so sweet? I fell in love with it. So let's get started on how we did this, because there's quite a few little steps, and I've done quite a little bit of stuff ahead of time, just so you don't have to wait so long and watch forever video. So let's just sit this right here where you guys can see it. I also want to let you know I did bring in the beautiful shape dies. You need the circles for this. Now, if you are ordered the bundle and you were in my online workshop, I did this cutting for you because I can do that. But if you want to make more, you're going to need the beautiful shapes dies. I also use the iconic dies, and I use that for the little branch. So if you don't have something like that, you're going to need this. And then I use the basic border dies, and that's for the fancy little design around the tree, around the birdhouse. So let's get started. So the first thing we had to have was a piece of Coastal Cabana, and this piece is 8.5 by 5.5, and you're going to score it in the middle at 4 1/4. Now we want to give this a really good score. Give it a good score. Really good. Okay. And then we need to find the center of this, where you'll need a ruler. So you're going to bring this across right here. And let me see if, well, I think you guys, let me zoom you in a little bit so maybe you can see this a little better. Okay. I'm going to find the center of this, which is 2 1/8. So we're going to take our pencil, and way up here at the tippity top, this is 1/4. This one right here, where you can't see it very well, is my 1/8 mark. So I'm going to give it a little mark right there at 2 1/8. Then you're going to come around and you're going to turn it on its side this way. Make sure it's still in the camera. And we are going to mark down to 3 1/4. So right here, is it 3 1/4? Yeah, 2 1/8 and 3 1/4. Well, that seems awful long. Let me double check this. You should have 3 1/4. Yeah, we're going to mark up. I'm sorry. So you're going to put this right here on this line at 3 1/4. So here's my 3 mark. Right there's my 3 1/4 inch mark. I don't know. Let me get rid of this ruler. This ruler is not, I gotta get new ones. Here we go. We'll use this one better. So right here is my 3 1/4 inch line. And right here it ends. So right there. So we want a tick mark right here. So from here to here, we want to measure 3 1/4. And we want to do it on both sides. So we're going to put this one on 3 1/4 right there. And my end mark is right here. So we want a tick mark right there. Okay, so now we have that done on this piece. Now we got to get another piece while we got this right here on the DSP. Don't mind this little circle cut out on here, but I want to explain that later. We've got to do the same thing. We got to find the center, which now the center is going to be at 2, because this piece is a little smaller. So right here, because this piece is 4 inches, so our center is at 2. Because this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then our mark up from this point up is at 3. So you want to put this at 3. Line your ruler up down here at 3. Bring this over, make a little tick mark. And then do the same thing on this side. Put it at 3 and make a little tick mark. Okay? So now that we got our tick mark stuff done, let's get out the cutter. Okay? So we'll get out the cutter. I'm putting this so hopefully everything you could see will be really good in the camera. So now, just to double check your work if you want to, you put this on 3 1/4, and you can see that my lines line right up with that. And then if you want to make sure you have the half mark, you could put this right here, because this is definitely at 4 1/4, and it lines up with the 1/8 mark right there. Okay? If you're off a tad bit, it's okay. It's a homemade card. So now what we're going to do is we're going to line up this tick mark on the side with the one in the center. So we got our 2 tick marks, and we're putting them right on the cut line. And then we're just going to cut. And we're going to cut that off. If it didn't cut the first time, which it looks like some of mine didn't, we'll go back over it again, because you are going through 2 thicknesses of cardstock. Then you're going to line this one and that one up right there. And just make sure I can see them in the cut line, and I can. And there we go. And so now we have that. Then we're going to bring in our one that we did with the pattern paper. And you're going to line this one up here with that one right there. Okay. And we are going to cut. There we go. And then we're going to turn it, and we're going to line this one up here with that one right there. And we're going to cut it. Okay. And now this piece will fit right inside here with a little bit of a border all the way around it, just like that. All right. So let's get this out of the way, and let me zoom you guys back out. Oh, going the wrong way, sorry. There we go. All right. So now we can erase all the little pencil marks that you have on this little paper, so you don't see them. Some of them we're going to hide anyways. It's mostly the one on the blue. These ones here are going to get hidden. All right. So now what you want to do is you want to take in the stamp set called, what was the bundle? Beautiful Shape Dies. There are 3 circles. There's 2 that I've used in here. I used the 2 biggest circles. So I used this one and this one. And for this one, you're going to take and you're just going to find the center, roughly find the center, and an ideal of where you want it. This was 1 1/4 inches up from over here when I did it, so I measured it up. So you're going to want to do that, and you're going to want to center it in the center, and then you just want to cut it out. So I went ahead and did that already. You could save that for something else, or you can, you know, get rid of it, whatever. So then on the back side of this, in your kit, you have a black piece of paper, and you're just going to stick this right down over top of that. And then just apply it down, just like so. Okay. And now we can actually add this piece to the card. Okay, so just like that. All right, now we have 2 border pieces. These are the pieces that I cut out. I cut them out for you. And I just used this fancy border. And they're still attached at the end, so you're just going to have to snip them off right there. You can use the thicker ones if you want. I ended up using the thinner side right here. I thought that looked better. Keep the thicker side for something else, or trim it down and make another one. You can always trim this right down thin and you'll have another set. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this one and you're going to place it right here. Now we got a little bit of penciling to do again. So I'm going to zoom you back in so maybe you guys could see this a little bit better. Okay. All right. So you're going to take and you're going to line this flat edge right up with this edge right there. Just like that. Okay. Then you're going to bring this piece over right about. I'm moving it in just for a minute so you could see what, so I can see where I got to mark it. Right here where this edge comes across, I want to kind of draw a little line there. So I'm just going to like pretend and do it very lightly. And I'm just going to attempt to draw the straightest line as I can. Does not have to be perfect. Then you're going to take this piece and we're going to overlap it right over top of this one. Now I got to turn this around so I could see. Okay, so we got this piece here. We got our line drawn. And now we're going to put this piece and we're going to overlap the top. Make sure you're, oh, I got to get it in the camera better. Sorry, I looked up. There we go, we're in the camera, okay. And we're going to make sure this one's still here. And we're going to put this one right here over top of it. I can mooch it up a little bit. All right. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find this corner, which is right about here, and we're just going to draw a line across. So now we have our two lines across. So what did we need that for? It's because that's what we're going to cut. We're going to cut right on those lines, just like so. Okay? It looks funny, but that's where we need them for when we put these down. It gives it that birdhouse effect. Okay? So now we're going to take some glue, a little bit of glue, so we can get this glue again. And we're just going to add some of this adhesive in here, or a glue. I like to work with the liquid glue when I'm doing little things like this because it gives you a little more room and time. So I'll put this right here, move it up. There we go. I have it right on the edge of the designer paper. And we're going to take, whoops, we're going to take this one. Okay. Flip it over. And we're going to line it up right across the top and over. And get over there. There we go. There we go. And that is it. If you have a little pencil line, I have a little bit of a pencil line there. If you do and you can see it, just erase it. There you go. So it just looks like that. So it's coming along. Okay. So now we don't need these pieces. So let's get rid of that. We'll get this off to the side. All right. So that was with that piece. Now we want to have our ring that goes around the outside. I just want to explain how I did this so you guys can do it. I had a 3x3 piece of Coastal Cabana. I went ahead and took the larger and the next larger size in that bundle from the Beautiful Shapes dies. I took the two largest ones. I placed them down on my paper and it cut them out, and then you end up with the ring. And you want the ring, you end up with the ring. When you place them down together, like so, you end up with this ring when you cut it out. And you just want the ring. So if you've never done that before, that's how you want that, is you want the ring. Sorry if I was off camera when I was trying to explain it. And this is Tombow glue, if I didn't tell you that in other videos. I just put it in this smaller one. Sometimes when I'm working more on little things like this, I can put it on here a little better. And then we're going to put this ring right there, right around this circle, if I can get it there. There we go. All right. Okay, so we did that. Now we got to bring in our little mat, and I went ahead and I cut out these for you. I cut out, what color is this one? Soft suede and an old olive of these. Now you're going to take this one and you're going to snip all the leaves off it, just the tips of them. You want to leave the branch part if you can, and you just want to cut off the tip of these. Okay, just like that. Anything that is on here that is a leaf. Okay, so now it looks like that. And then let's see, let's get rid of them over there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this one and I'm going to add glue to everything but the leaves. You could do it the opposite way. You could put it on the brown one, but I don't know, I just found that either way it's not going to matter. Okay, then we're going to take this brown one and we're going to put it right on top of this. It takes a little finagling. That's why I think it's best to work with the liquid glue, because you want to get it just so. I don't think I have mine up far enough, so I'm going to peel it off. It might be easier to start at the bottom, which is probably what I did the first time. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to start at the bottom, start putting it, bottom meaning this end. Once you, if you got these two lined up, the rest should fall into place like that. Okay? So now we have our green and brown leaf, or stem, brown tree. Oh, if I could talk. Now we could put a bunch of glue, well not a bunch, but you know, some on the leaves and some on the back side here. This also makes this a little thicker. I feel like I'm tongue-tied today. God, I hope all my videos are not like this. Okay, and then I kind of put this a little bit like this, so it was kind of going in the birdhouse a little bit. So it looked like that. Isn't that cute? It's such an adorable little thing. All right, so now we're done with this. And I'm going to zoom you guys back out so you guys can see it a little bit better, more what I'm doing here. I think I'm done with a lot of the little trinkety work. Now we're going to punch this out. I'll put this piece in here. I'll punch it out. And we need this piece and the little wing this time. Okay. Then we need, got glue on my thumb. Then we need the yellow, we're going to do the belly, and that's right here, this piece. I used it as the bigger wing in the last card. And so we need that piece. And then I used soft suede, or not soft suede, what was it? So saffron for the beak this time. And so you just punch out that little beak, that's right there. So we got all that. So now let's put this, glue this little guy together. So we're going to take this piece, if I could pick it up off from that foam, and we're going to put glue on this. And I'm going to put him right down here. It kind of fits, fiddle with it a little bit, and it fits like right along the belly. So, okay. So there, we put that along there. Okay. And then we need a mini pop-up dot, dimensional. We need one of him on the back of this wing. What's going on with this one? It's got like the sticky on both sides. Okay, I'm not going to add that yet, but I got it on there. We're going to stamp the eyes this time. I want to stamp the eyes first. So last time I was worried. It worked out, but I was worried that I didn't have them in the right spot. So we're going to stamp the eyes. I'm going to stamp them right there. I just love these little eyes. And that was in Memento Black. Then we're going to put a little dot of glue right there. Take your pick tool and attach your little bird like that. And I believe I put dimensionals. Well, we're going to put one on the wing first. We're going to put the wing on. And I put that wing right there. And I'm going to flip them over, and then I put dimensionals on the back of this little guy. So, put a couple here, and one here, and then I'm going to use just a half of one of these because it's just right here and it's easier than getting out the minis. And I'm just going to put down a little bit further. My fat little hand's in the way. Okay. And then we're just going to stick this on there. And then we have one more thing to create. And I just kind of put it, made sure I tipped it however it needed to go to make sure the tail was on the card. So now we have this little piece of white here, and we need crumb cake, and we need the little wooden sign, and we stamped it up, and I'm just stamping it right here, just like so. And that was kind of dark, but I guess it lightens up a little bit. Yeah, it lightened up because mine, look how light it is. Wow. Yeah. And then I'm going to take the black and I'm going to stamp right over top of this. It says welcome. Just like that. Oops, I hope I didn't smudge it. I don't think so. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut this out. You know, very basic. You can get I sponged the outside of that one, but I think since I've made this card, I have refilled my ink pads because a lot of my ink pads were very dry. So if yours aren't as dry as mine and you want to sponge the outsides of them, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm not going to do it on this one because it's already pretty dark. And then, did I add dimensionals to that one? I sure did. And then I went ahead and I took some more dimensionals and I added it right to the back of this. And I want to let you know, there we go, and then we just put this right there. Now I want to let you know, if you want to make a white piece for the inside of this, do it the exact same way as you did the designer series paper, and you can put it right inside here. So that is it. That is how we made this cute little card of card number 3 for our online class. And I will be back to make card number 4. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.